something to ensure that gamers had access to GPUs. First, in early 2021, it introduced hash limiters to its latest line of graphics cards. Crypto miners quickly figured out a way to beat them.
NVIDIA has essentially just nuked its own graphics cards to try to weaken them in key ways, to divide them between the chips that are meant for the gamers and the chips that are meant for the crypto miners. They are trying to keep this core block of super dedicated customers happy. It's just like the supply chain is so screwed up, like none of this has worked its way through the system yet to meet all demand from gamers for the latest graphics cards.
The company also released what's called CMP chips, or chips specifically designed for crypto mining to help ensure that GPU supplies remain in stock for gamers. Sales for that chip pale in comparison to gaming chips. In its most recent quarter, NVIDIA said CMP chips brought in $266 million in sales, which is lower than the $400 million the company had predicted in May. What's more, NVIDIA's CEO says the chip shortage will persist into 2022.
They're kind of stuck in this very strange conundrum of having a product that they cannot keep on store shelves, but also having a reputation of game fans being furious about them not being taken care of.
The Ethereum blockchain is supposed to undergo a massive overhaul in 2022, going from a proof of work protocol to proof of stake. This has big implications for how Ethereum, the world's second largest cryptocurrency, gets mined. The world's largest digital currency, Bitcoin, has grown so large in recent years that hardware companies now make computer chips specifically designed to mine Bitcoin. They're called ASIC chips, which stands for Application Specific Integrated Circuit.
But where we are today is that Ethereum still requires a lot of complex calculations, but it is not at a point yet where you can design those ASICs, right, where the algorithms keep on changing, so there is always that increasing complexity. And to handle that increasing complexity, you need something that can be programmed very quickly.
Proof of work requires machines to complete increasingly complex math equations to generate new coins. This requires more and more computing power and requires more and more energy. It's how Bitcoin gets mined and Ether as well. The Ethereum community, though, plans to switch to a proof of stake model. That requires users to put up their existing cache of Ether as a way to verify transactions and create new coins. That would completely overhaul the way that Ether gets mined today, and it would cause demand for GPUs among Ether miners to plummet.
The real interesting question to me is that if you are a miner and if you think that Ethereum is indeed going to go to this proof of stake, why are you still bidding up the price of this card by 1, 2, 3 times above MSRP? So maybe that market is implicitly trying to tell us that don't be fixated in terms of, oh, this is Bitcoin, this is Ethereum, this is this coin or that coin. That people who are buying this maybe think that the need for complexity in this market will never go away. So to them, even paying up for this technology today is still worth it.
NVIDIA is doing great at selling out this very expensive thing, but that doesn't mean that they're going to own an entire market, an entire number of users. And they're interested in things like cloud. They, like Microsoft, have a whole cloud system, and Google and Ubisoft and many other companies, even Sony, have these online stream services where they have their own server farms with their own giant graphics cards slapped in, and you just log in and you use the internet's back and forth latency to play the games you want. So there could be a future in a few years where you're not hunting for a GPU or a console or a big box in your home.
What up, y'all? It's Money Low from Money Low Channel. Whole lot different from when I used to play Atari, Pac-Man on Atari. Tell me what y'all think about all this gaming technology, this cryptocurrency. Is it good or is it bad? Is it a distraction? Is it a Illuminati ran? What's going on? Y'all holler at me, Money Low Channel. Like, comment, subscribe.